Stupid shit to make your life easier. 1. Cut a section out of that fucking stupid piece there, so you haven't got to keep taking it off and get to the screw. Make sure there's mould inside your gun to keep it nice and lubricated. Don't you hate it when your fucking wires get in the way of the fucking flora pin and you tear up your wire? You didn't even know you'd done it, but you fucking have. Drill a fucking hole right here. Get a 10mm long grub screw. This one's a 1.5. And then all your fucking wires are out the way, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You put your wires like that, they won't get chewed up by the motor. E&C or Spetner 416 variant. Bit of hassles with mags, is there? No problem. KWA mag. No wobble. No movement. Feeds flawlessly. Staying overnight at a friend or relative's house and are concerned about making a noise flushing the toilet? Jesus Christ! Take a shit in the cistern.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
1. Novrich. SSQ22. I built a fair few 1022 variants based on the KJ, KCO2 and the ASG, which is the same thing. And I've always been very happy with them. Out of the box, the KJ/ASG, it's lackluster. The hop is bad, the range and accuracy is bad, but the mags work and the blowback works really well. The power's inconsistent, but if you spend the money, it's a fantastic base gun. This should already be done out of the box. Now, I've already set the hop for 3 2s. This came with 3 6s, but I've set the hop for 3 2s. I'm going to approach a couple of elephants in the room, like that bastard fucking aeroplane that goes over every fucking weekend, over and over and over. Fuck off into the sky, you big grey cunt. Fucking Harley up there. First things first. If you've seen my channel before, you'll know that I do not recommend a gas blowback rifle as a DMR. I just don't. I don't. Because they are inherently less consistent and less accurate across the board. Even with something like a TM, yes, they do shoot lasers, but not as well as a bolt action rifle or an HPA powered gas blowback rifle or even an AEG. It just doesn't. When you've got anything that blows back, you're gonna get some recoil, and most people who play Airsoft have no idea how that affects your shot consistency. The other thing, the reason why I do like a gas blowback as a DMR is because you can't sit there and spam the fuck out of the trigger, because the gun will cool down. It's a liquid charge magazine. Every single gas blowback gun on the planet running on its liquid charge, you can't spank rounds through it. You've got to use it effectively for the job that it's doing. That said, our UK power limits for DMRs, which is normally 1.88 joule, nothing changes in what I believe to be the effective range of the DMR. If you can have one of these running at your local site at 2.3 joules, winning. There's a couple of sites in the UK, I know Gunman, I believe, still have a 2.3 joule limit. There's only 2 or 3 sites in the UK that do allow a 2.3 joule limit on a DMR that is, you know, gas blowback, electric, HPA, whatever. So, at 1.88, I still say 3.2 is probably your best bet. Probably your best bet. This did come with some 3.6s. I've used them. The range was fine. I got better range and accuracy out of the 3.2s. But I don't have the high power version. I didn't want the high power version because I don't feel that in the UK it's the best option. Because I know that if I run this at about 1 to 1.1 joule on a 3.2, this is going to be awesome. So, the other elephant in the room. I've not taken this apart yet, but it does have a maple leaf silicone rubber inside it. I do not like maple leaf silicone rubbers. I've had it on my channel for years. I always rip them out, but I've only had one instance where I've ripped out the gas blowback / VSR type. All the rest have been AEG. I've no idea how this will affect.
I just know the one that I took out of something, it was fucked, so I took it out. This so far has had no feed jams. Everything seems fine with it, and it has been firing consistently over distance. First things first, when you get this, one of these I have already done. This is what you should be doing with any gas blowback rifle that you want to get any kind of range and consistency out of. And fortunately, they've made these very, very easy to take apart. If you look inside there, loads of oil. Normal packing oil to make sure it works. What happens if you get oil on your BBs? It goes in your hot rubber. If the oil is in the hot rubber, you get inaccuracies. You need to clean this out. I don't bother doing that with gas pistols. In a lot of cases, they don't oil the runners on gas pistols because generally speaking, it's not a curved runner, it's a straight runner. This is a curved runner. It's likely to be oiled, and this is oiled. So, nice and easy. I'm going to start at this end, and I'm going to use one of these cotton buds that I stole from the Flory Clinic from my last umbrella treatment. That end, back in, and just remove any excess oil. Make sure there's no little bits of cotton wool left inside. Now, you can use whatever you want. I'd suggest lint-free cloth personally, but I don't have any here and I can't be fucking bothered to go back inside. So I'd rather waste time doing it this way. I've now cleaned any oil out of the runner. You can see it's not grease and nasty because that is still clean. It's just excess silicone oil. That back in. That back in. Screw. Done. The follower still moves. Now I like these mags because they're rather realistic looking compared to what KJ and ASG give you in theirs. The little short silly mag, it looks a bit stupid. These look a lot more realistic. Yes, I was sent some 3.6s, they worked fine. In this gun I'd be using 3s or 3.2s because I've got the low power version. Make sure you stack the BBs properly. I've left one here because I want to try and, that's a lie, I just couldn't be bothered to do it properly. I'm a liar. I'm using V8, basically slightly more than green gas. Read the instructions on the website and read the instructions on the can. Look at what temperature it is outside. Look at the temperature of your country generally. Look at what power you would like to achieve. At the moment, it's a normal day. It's not as hot as it has been, but I am using this one because, you know me, I'm going to try and break it. Shake well before use. Insert as shown. Fill for 4 to 6 seconds. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Next up, clean your barrel. They get a little bit dirty when they come out the factory. Give it a little clean. You'll see there is some oil inside here. You need a little tiny bit of oil. Don't go with any grease. You don't want anything gummed up on the inside. The bolt is moving freely. Everything's tight. Everything's good. This is what I've learned from working on all of the KJ 1022 types. So, bolt back and arm it. Reason being, your valve knocker lives there. You want that to be back. It's just useful. It means there's less likelihood of it hanging up on the mag. Mag in and make sure it's secure. This is a very easy fitting mag. I've had so many of these that are the KJ, ASG type, where before modification, it takes quite a knock to get the mag in, and also, after I've upgraded a fair few as well, the mag just sits in there really quite tight. Then, let's arm around through. When you're arming it, don't point it up in the air, because this spring power in this is not very much. You don't want a huge spring pressure. You want this to do it all on its own. Pop-up is here. Not only have you got a left and right anti-clockwise, so clockwise is more, anti-clockwise is less, but you've got this handy dial as well, this little arrow. Oh, that's so good. Because you can see exactly where it was. And for me, 3.2s was right about there. Normal gas gun stuff. So after each shot, I'm basically just going to tip this up so you can see what the power is. Now you will notice that I have not filled the mag all the way up with BBs. Never fill a gas blowback mag up fully with BBs, leave some room. 1.16, 1.19, 1.19, 1.06, 1.15, 1.08, 1.09, 1.12, 1.14, 1.23, 1.13, 1.07, 1.12, 1.11, 1.03, 1.09, 1.03, mag empty. As I said, that gas is very slightly more powerful than green gas. So now let's move it down to a lower pressure of gas. Abbey Predator Ultra. Once again, we'll do some 3.2s. This is the mag that I previously cleaned. Mag in, pull bolt, release. So now we've dropped down to the gas that I've been normally using in the UK. So 1.03 was the last reading. 0.98, 0.91, 0.98, 0.94, 0.89, 0.9, 0.9, 0.86, 0.94, 0.91, 0.92, 0.93, 0.91, 0.91, 9 even, 0.84, 0.91, 0.84, 0.85, 0.89, 0.89, 0.88, 0.85, 0.85, 0.9, and empty. That is better than average consistency between shots for a gas blowback rifle. And obviously, the benchmark for a gas blowback rifle, people assume, is the TM MWS. But it's not really, because that thing is incredible. The benchmark, that's the thing to beat, you know? The benchmark for a gas blowback rifle is more like a WE-M4. That's more the benchmark. This is so much more consistent and more accurate with better range than that gun. This is much better. Now again, a lot of this is going to come down to longevity. I don't know. That is about the 10th mag I've put through it. The fact this has got a maple leaf rubber in there tells me that it is going to be compatible with other barrels and blah 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 blah. Again, gas blowback rifle, don't bother changing your barrel. Just don't bother. They're inherently less accurate than something that it's the least accurate. It's the least accurate of all guns, gas blowback. But you are not using this rifle because you want to be super awesome, pin precision, look at me, I'm mega sniper wanker. What you're trying to do with this is have fun. You're trying to change the way you play. You want to step into the gas blowback realm. And money-wise, this is a fucking fair way to do it. I'm looking at prices. SSQ22, $368.95. Let's do the KJ version, shall we? KJ, KCO2 Mark II. So it is £40 cheaper, £45 cheaper, something like that. This is cheaper than that one. This gun, magazines are better. This gun, the barrel's better. hop unit and hop rubber are better. Already, the things you'd have to change have already been done. They've already been done. This has already paid for itself. If you're going to get a 1022 variant, basically this is your best bet, because it's going to be no less reliable than the KCO2 or ASG version of it. It's definitely going to be more accurate. It's definitely going to have... It's just better. It is a better version. Oh, I can build it myself for that price. No, you can't. If you go and buy yourself a fucking KJ 1022 and you want to put a fluted barrel on it, and you want to change out to a better dial and a better barrel and a better hop unit and a better hop rubber and all that stuff, you ain't going to be able to do it cheaper than this thing costs. Now, import, blah, 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 blah. If these are for sale in the UK and whatever else, yeah. Price-wise, it depends where you are in the world, how much more or less it's going to cost you. I just literally looked at 2 English prices on this. Yes, this is more expensive by about 45 quid, it would seem. My maths pending, obviously. My maths is shit. But you're not changing your barrel, you're not changing your hop rubber, you're not changing your nub. You might change your hop rubber. I'm not going to change this yet because I'm happy with the range and accuracy on it, and I'm getting good shots on it, but I'm not going to be the person doing any range and accuracy testing on this. I'm going to send this over to Snowball, and I'm going to get him to do it. And he's going to take it out and he's going to do some skirmishing with it. He knows that it is not the full power DMR version. I have asked for the regular version because if I were going to go out and use this, I don't want to use a DMR. I want to use this as a regular gun, so I don't have to think about MED limits. I have to do less thinking if I don't have to worry about MED limits and how much I can hurt somebody. I can just use it and not have to worry. Obviously, I am going to be changing out the stock and so forth, because this is not me. It's definitely nicer than the stuff that comes on the ASG and KJ version. Definitely nicer. It is more appealing than that. It's still not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm going to probably put this inside a muzzle light kit because, hey, the 1980s called. And if I'm... Oh, I'm so special. There we go. The benefit of this gun is that it will run on lower pressure gases. You haven't got to worry about being over sight limits. So far, rather impressed with this. Look at where you are in the world. Look at what your climate's like. Look at your current temperature. Look at how you want to play. Choose the correct gases. Choose the correct BBs. Clean the gun. This is all gas blowback operator stuff. Anyone who knows anything about owning and using gas blowback rifles will go, yeah, they are inherently less accurate than everything else. And they're going to go, yes, they are inherently more costly to run than an electric gun. And yes, you're going to be a little bit outgunned, but you're not using this so that you can be super badass fucking winner, look at me, I'm awesome. You're using this because it's fucking fun. That's why you're using a gas blowback rifle, because it's fucking fun, and it definitely adds to a challenge. If you go out there with a tri-shot Springer shotgun, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. But every kill that you get is absolutely worth 20 of the kills you get with some fucking MCW. You know? It's worth 20 of those for every kill you get, because the effort you've got to put in with your low capacity, your wanking arm, all this... Oh, it's a proper rush. And then when you jump into a room and you win a firefight with 2 or 3 people and they've got all the gear and no idea and you've got a Springer shotgun, that's the way to go. The next step up from that is gas blowback rifles. Because it's not an easy thing to get good at using, especially when no one else is using them. The best airsoft events are gas and spring events, definitely. Fuck off AGs, fuck off HPA, literally gas and spring. The next one up that I enjoy using, I think, is pistols. You know, pistols are my favourite to use, but you are a bit outgunned. And then obviously AEGs, bolt action rifles, that takes you to the next level where you can be more likely to pay to win. If you're going to rock a gas blowback rifle, be aware of the downfalls of a gas blowback rifle. But you're using this because it's the most fun you're going to have. Throw a Springer shotgun over your back, a gas pistol in your holster, and take one of these things out, and honestly, you're going to have a great fucking day of airsoft. Because every kill you get
is absolutely worthwhile.